Just a week and a half ago, Tom Hardy was doing reshoots for Venom The Last Dance in New York City, and he looked to be a lot more clean-shaven than what we've seen so far from Eddie Brock in that universe. And with recent reports that Tom Holland has been doing some secret shoots for Venom The Last Dance, now people are starting to connect the dots, and there might be new evidence that Tom Hardy was in fact shooting scenes in New York that are going to be interconnected with Tom Holland's scenes, and that the two are meeting at the end of this film to set up an inevitable crossover. Venom The Last Dance is right around the corner, and everything we've heard from insiders and scoopers is that Venom The Last Dance is the start of the KNULL arc, and that KNULL will in fact be in the MCU and set up a giant crossover event that will involve Tom Holland's Spider-Man from the MCU, as well as the other Spider people, such as Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Now, while there's little evidence and there's just sort of, hey, I maybe saw this actor here, but I didn't take a photo, or I got a photo and it's very blurry, you can't even tell if it's Tom Holland. At the same time, we saw Tom Hardy in New York City, and reportedly they did about a week and a half to 2 weeks worth of reshoots. Now, a lot of people try to apply math to it because a week worth of reshoots equals to 3 minutes of film. And that's a calculation that comes out of thin air from what I can remember, because at one point there used to be a time frame application like that, where 2 weeks equaled one episode of something, but that's no longer the case. We have moved on past that from specific productions a long time ago, so I don't see anything here. But the bigger evidence that seems to be at the forefront of everything is recent statements made by people at Sony about how Venom 3 is the last dance for Venom, but maybe not the ending of everything, which kind of raises some eyebrows, right? And then you start looking at Marvel Studios and how they're building up the next film, and apparently that the film will be somewhat street level before it goes unhinged and then brings in a multiverse factor. Well, KNULL is a multiverse villain, and from what everybody stated, KNULL is just appearing at the end of the film to kind of set up the bigger multiverse threat, and that he's going to go after like the main Spider-Man or the main Spider Totem or whatever they make him, aka the anchor being of the MCU, aka Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And since they want to do that, that Venom is going to travel multiverses again and go help Tom Holland's Spider-Man fight KNULL. And there is some evidence in this if you just look at the set photos, I guess, because we know that in Venom 3, he goes from the MCU into this film, and then the events happen in the Spider-Man universe, or Sony Spider-Man universe, where things seem to be weird. Like, we know Doc Ock is going to appear in the film in a weird way. We don't know who's playing him and how they're handling it. The Lizard seems to be in it, and they're saying he's going to lizard out. And there might actually be some sort of already a time ramification factor that's happening in this due to what happened with Eddie traveling multiverses, and that he might not have ended up in the exact universe per se, and that that's going to contribute to why they're doing the New York reshoots, as he knows he's got to go get Spider-Man because his life is in danger. So I'm definitely open to this idea, but I got to see the execution, because it's all in the execution if it turns out to be true. But I suppose we're going to know at the end of October.